Hey Kai, great to have you here. How's it going?
Good. How
Great. I
about
don't
with
want to take too much of your time today. I'm good. I'm good. It's busy today. I don't know. You just got back from vacation, right?
yes.
Cool, cool, perfect. So during the interview, I'm gonna ask very some simple questions to you, and then just answer as comfortable as you can.
Okay.
So hope let's get it started. So I am going to before we get started, I want to is it possible you could actually pull out your account so we can see the metrics and then just to see
Okay.
like how you're doing?
Yes. But just remember that my metrics are going to be off because I don't have you can't see the metrics for my second listing. Uh
Okay.
yeah. So
No
hold
worries.
on. What do you hear? Insights?
Yeah, insights.
Yeah. So everything that you're going to be seeing is just for one property right now.
Perfect. Sounds good. Let me see if I could get you to share your screen so that way you could. Here you go.
Okay. Share. Mm, this over here. Oh, sorry, I don't know how to
I
do
see
that.
all these Amazon, Wayfair,
Oh, I know. I'm setting
Pinterest.
up
That's
for
why we
my.
teach.
I'm setting up for my next my next Airbnb. So,
Nice.
okay.
Love it. Love it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what would you like to see?
Let's go to the calendar part to see, exactly how booked it is, how much you're making.
Okay,
All right,
so this
perfect.
let's look at the Fullerton one because that one's the one that's busier, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter. So I started in August. We basically rent commencement started at August 15th, but I started setting up these first couple weeks.
Okay.
Sorry, rent commencement started the 18th, but
On the
I
18th.
was able to get access 2 weeks prior. And then Emily is a real stay, and then these are gonna be some of my friends that helped.
To get
Um,
the reviews up.
yeah, get my reviews up. And then so Emily stayed one night. This was my very first day, $531.
It's my
Um,
birthday, August 20th.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And rent started on the 18th. So that was nice. And then Aaron was my second stay. This was our problem, my very first party I experienced. And thanks
Yep,
to you, Eric, you helped me break that one up. I don't know
for
why every
sure.
time I click on Eric's, his or Aaron's, it doesn't pull up for some reason. I think
I,
because
I
it's issued.
yes, I think because they got removed from Airbnb because well,
Oh,
the whole party thing. But yeah,
oh, okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, so I was very skeptical going into this, like the entire process, because I'm the type of person that has to see it to believe it. And it was really hard for me to believe it when I first started. Eric, you know that I'm like a very anxious person. So going into this, it was very difficult for me. But thanks to you, you were able to kind of hold my hand throughout the entire process and just walk me through it and tell me to calm down and stop being a
can
anxiety
you,
hot
can you
mess.
tell people what happened over there from the 6th to the 8th?
Oh yeah. So the reason why this didn't work out is because for some freak reason, my mother-in-law was on my Airbnb, her credit card was on my Airbnb. So I tried to charge her car on accident. I basically just picked the first one to charge when I was trying to help a friend with a review. And because her name doesn't match my name, Airbnb thought it was fraud. So they shut my account down and suspended it for 30 days
Yeah,
and said if I didn't get her ID onto my account, they would just cancel all of my future reservations. So
right. That was a
I had
hard
to get
time.
that taken care of. Yeah. So that's why we had a gap here in these 3 days. But the rest of September, as you can see, did book up. This was another party that we did shut down before it even happened. He checked in at 4 o'clock, and because of your coaching, I was able to figure out like how to get them out before the night was even over. So by 7 o'clock, he was gone already, and we still was able to collect
Right.
the amount of money that he paid. Oh, it's also he's gone too, because I guess he had a party too.
Possibly, yeah.
So, and
Yeah, I
then,
mean, we don't have to go through the whole number. We could just kind of, let everybody
okay,
see,
what do you
how
want to see?
booked it
Just tell me
is,
where I should
I
go.
mean,
Otherwise,
we don't
I'll
really have to
talk
see
all
that the
day.
whole the pricing. We can just kind of see, how booked it is on like every single month. So that
Okay.
way we're actually using the right pricing strategy to make sure, we're making money every single month. We're not losing any out money.
Yeah, so I mean, I just took your pricing strategy and ran with it. I'm probably a little more aggressive than I need to be. But like I drop rates pretty quickly, and I probably should not be so fearful. But I'm still making quite a bit of money here, even with my like scared, fearful, like no balls as tactics. So
You'll get used to it. I mean, yeah, regardless, you're still gonna make money, right? So
yeah, and I'm
yeah,
actually like starting to like get less scared. So it's just takes some time. That's it. Do you want to look at this
yeah,
one or
yeah, sure, absolutely. Just kind of, just
okay.
briefly take a look at it.
Yeah, so this one we started just this last month or in October. So like it's been pretty good. Like we've had bookings, almost like I was surprised November booked up as much as it did. We got some really last minute bookings. Again, I got a little aggressive with pricing, but that's okay.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean like December is almost all booked.
Right.
And
That
that
means
I
you're
was
pricing it too low. You're charging too low, always 2 weeks out, you don't want to book it. But it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
closing call today.
So
Today it's just showing.
yeah, like these people just literally booked like today because I
Nice.
just dropped the price today. And so I got these last 2-minute bookings because I dropped the price
Nice.
because I was like, I don't know if anyone's gonna come in these days.
For
Um,
sure.
and they did. So, but these pricing
Perfect.
is still okay, and I won't drop that until later, but
Sounds
uh,
good. Sounds good. Well, thank you for showing your back end to me and to the
okay,
people that is going to be seeing this.
sure. Is
Cool, cool.
there
So just
anything
want to,
else?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Just want to, explain the result you got. So basically now you have currently have two listings right now. And how much are they cash flowing you right now?
Oh, um, that's a great question. I can't answer for Cyprus because that one's still really new. But for Fullerton in September, I probably netted about like I want to say $1,700. That was like
1700. Okay.
yeah, and that's when I was still kind of figuring out what was going on. And then October was a really good month. I think we netted about $4,000 in
Wow.
October, which I was kind of surprised. But that's just all a guesstimate. I haven't like fully put all the numbers together, but I should have that later this week. And then November is looking not bad. I went into November thinking that we weren't going to get anything booked because I went into November with only like 25% booked, but I have to trust the process and understand that like waiting for things 2 weeks out like is the best way to do
Right.
it, like you
Exactly.
said. So yeah,
Yeah. Again, it's about leading how much revenue you make, not with the occupancy. So we're actually
right,
trying to charge higher than getting people to, overbook and attract back guests, right?
right.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Yeah. So can you so starting from the beginning, where were you before working with, me? And then where are you right now?
What do you mean by that? Can you
I
explain a
mean,
little
like,
bit?
I know like you were, how like we were doing. I actually met you through open house, right? And that was
Yes.
funny
Yeah.
because you were actually helping me do my open house. I'm a
Yes.
real estate agent as well, and you were as well. And we kind of get
Yes.
along. We talk, we kind of vibe. And
Yeah.
then what made you kind of like want to take that first step,
Yeah.
toward building this business and actually trying new things out?
Yeah. So for me, honestly, it was that I've always looked for an investment opportunity that was in reach for me, and I could never find it. Everything seemed so out of reach. I felt like I needed, in order to purchase an investment property or to get into any kind of investment, I needed at least 25% down. And here in Southern California, 25% down is like a boatload of money, which I do not have. So I really just, the fact that you were able to guide me with like using business credit with the little capital that I had, to be able to start some sort of business, to be able to get some additional monthly income was like, the idea was very enticing to me. And the fact that you were able to guide me, and like I knew that I had someone to like call at any moment, which I know I do all the time. That was like something that really attracted me to the entire program. And I'm very appreciative for everything that I've learned and the patience that you've had with me. And just honestly, just walking me through every step of the way and every question that I had.
Whereas, I'm still a real estate agent, so totally understand how you feel.
Yeah.
I actually came from the exact same, like working so hard just to get client for commission.
Yeah, and it is
That's not what we
hard. It's
want.
like you're just as good as your next deal, right? And like you only eat when
Exactly.
you close a deal. So, and I
Right,
mean,
right.
I have a successful real estate business still, but you can never have enough. This is the best way
Exactly.
to put it. And I
And
have two
don't you
kids.
think like once you start learning this whole thing, the way you look at real estate is completely different now? Like,
It is.
yeah, it's completely different. You could tell your
Yeah, and
investor, hey, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, right? Instead of just
yeah,
like a
and I think it
traditional
has
real estate.
opened up a lot of opportunities. I think for me, just overall, I think also like my clients also see me as a trusted resource when it comes to investments, just because of this. And also like, it's always good to have multiple streams of income, because you never know when one stream of income is going to stop coming from wherever or because of whatever situation. So yeah, it's definitely been, nothing comes easy though. So yeah, it is hard, but it's always really nice to be able to have somebody like you to be able to guide and mentor me along the way, because otherwise, like honestly, I don't know how I would have been able to learn otherwise. So yeah.
Appreciate that, appreciate that. Just out of curiosity, were you ever skeptical about how it's going to turn out, the program is, and then,
I think I'm
if it would
skeptical
actually be
every
help?
day. I'm skeptical every day, but then you prove me wrong every single day. And
Right.
every time, or not, you don't prove me, well, I guess you do prove me wrong for myself, because I'm so skeptical about the entire process every single day. But just your guidance is like, just kind of like shows me like, hey, stop being so skeptical, just trust the process. So it is nice to be able to know that like you're there to have my back like whenever I need it. So that's something that was really important to me, and getting into a community of like basically other students who are willing to help each other. It's really nice. It
For
is
sure,
really
for sure, yeah.
yeah.
At what point did you start getting confidence? Like, okay, I can do this. At the start, you're like, Eric, oh my God, we're not getting booked, we're not getting booked. And then now we're like, we're getting this. Hey, Eric, check this out. I got a $2,000 booking, Eric, $1,000 booking. When did you
Yeah,
start getting that confidence? Like, at the start, I remember when you were starting out the coaching, you're actually, to be honest, you're the one that I feel like it's like, so I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. But it turned out you're actually one of the good ones. Like, you're actually helping a lot of my students as well. Like, I told you, you're basically Coach Kim now. Every time
oh no, I
I
don't
kind
know
of make
about
jokes on
that.
that.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so like you're
um
being very, very helpful in the community. And then what made you change? Because I know when we were doing the coaching call at the start, you're always the one that is always like, I don't know what to do. You're always the one asking questions, but I like that. You're always asking question and you always have the answer, and you always twist the script as well. So you're making it a better script according to how you want to say it.
yeah,
So like, what kind of change? Like, I'm genuinely very curious. Like at the start,
honestly,
I didn't think you were gonna, try that hard on this because you have your real estate job, but
yeah.
you did, and then you worked so hard on it. Like I mean, you have like two more units coming out soon, or like how many more units?
I have one unit right now, but two more that I'm working on trying to close. But I think for me, it was like once I just started seeing the bookings come in and the possibility of the money. So
Mm.
originally my first goal was like, okay, I just need to get one done. After I got one done, I was like, oh my God, I need another one. And after I have another one, I'm like, okay, now my new goal is like to make at least $10,000 a month, you know? So originally my first goal was like, oh, I just need to make like $1,000 or $2,000 additional a month. But For me, I think what you kept on telling me is like you have to be able to be like look bigger and have a bigger lens of things, right? Imagine more for myself. So that's kind of just what I did with it. And everything that you tell me, I do hear it. It just takes me a little bit of time to like process it and say like, okay, I got to put it into motion. But yeah, I mean, again, nothing comes easy. So like, it's just really having to put the work into it. And I think like once you start seeing the bookings come in, that's when you know that like this is something that's really that can really like help support the lifestyle that I want, which is
For sure.
like caviar every day. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, and I'm also one of those people that like learns as I go. You know, I have to learn as I like learn by doing it. So I want to encourage anybody who's like gonna go into it, like just don't give up and like just keep going and ask a lot of questions and like, you know, when you join a coaching program, like take advantage of the coaching program because nobody's gonna like hold your hand and walk you through it and pull you through it. You have to be willing to walk with them along the way. No one's gonna pull you through it and do it for you. And I think
You're absolutely right. Yeah,
that's
I
something
mean, you pay
that,
for the program, right? You might as
yeah,
well
yeah,
ask as much question as possible, right?
yeah,
While you have the chance.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
you
I think
definitely did
like
the right thing.
that is one thing that like I realized like maybe to a little bit like later on is like I felt bad asking questions, but after a while, I'm sure you noticed too. After a while, it's like I should not feel bad for asking. So so I have so
Yeah,
many questions. But
I
it
know.
was really honestly, it's worth it. Like the more questions you ask, the better outcome you have and the more you learn. So
Exactly, exactly. So let me ask you this question. Do you think $10,000 a month is hard?
um
You can be honest.
honestly, like if I had bigger balls, I think I would have already been there. But like
Mm,
as you know, Eric, I'm very like risk adverse. So I tend to partner with other people. So because of that, I my profit is less, a lot less, as you know. So if I had bigger balls, absolutely, I think that $10,000 I probably could achieve with like 2 to 4 properties. But because I have little small itty bitty balls, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna partner with other people, which I'm still gonna do. Um, but I think like I'm learning that like as I have each property, my confidence is gonna slowly grow and I'm gonna be able to do it. But it just takes time. And that's my process, and that's like gonna be my pathway, and that's okay if I have to slowly get there, as long as I get there.
for sure, for sure. And then let me ask you this, like for this whole, well, let's just say for the first property that you set up, how long did it take for you to set it up? I know, we're kind of teaching that we kind of pay somebody to do everything for you. Like, let's
Yeah.
just say all the setup's done. Like, how many hours are you actually working on this business every single week? How many hours?
Um, I want to say, you know, are you talking about just the setup or are you talking about like after setup is done?
So just after the setup, everything is automated.
Okay. I probably want to say I spend maybe combined every day, maybe an hour at most. And some days are worse than others, and some days it's like 10 minutes. And some days it's
Okay.
like nothing at all. But there are some days like if all of my properties are all checking out at the same times and I'm dealing with like the cleaners, then it's like maybe an hour of my time. But it's
Right.
very rare that there's like everything's happening at the same time. So I would say on average like 30 minutes max, I guess, like give and take per day. But I spend a lot more time because I'm constantly looking for properties. I like in the real estate world, I probably should be cold calling like real estate business, but I don't. I'm cold calling landlords like almost every
I
day
feel you
trying to find.
exactly. When I first
Yeah.
started doing Airbnb business, before that I was looking for house to help client buy. Now I
Yeah.
just looking at for lease, so I don't look at for sale anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense anymore, right? Because
Right.
we control our own time. We rent out a house, we make money passively every single month instead of showing
Right.
houses to a client. And then you don't know when you're gonna get a first commission, or are
Yeah.
you ever gonna get a commission, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's good. And then So how much time are you really, I mean, your real estate job you're doing right now, and then
Mhm.
this Airbnb business, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what is the long term like goal for you? I know you just got
Well,
back from your vacation, you
yeah,
know, for Honolulu. Like you were able to still make money, right? Because all you need is literally just a phone, and then you
yeah.
just have to text the guests sometimes here and there.
Yeah, yeah. So I put my real estate business kind of on the back burner right now. But I did hire like a buyer's agent to help me take care of some of my clients so that I could focus more on the Airbnb business. Um, but my goal is to be able to, I would like to do both because I do love doing what I do. However, I would not like the real estate side to like drive my emotion and my life, which it has in the past 3 years, because it's such a cutthroat business, real estate. So if I could do it based off of who I choose to want to work with versus who I have to work with. So, like, as you know, as a real estate agent, there's some clients you don't necessarily want to work with, but you have to
Exactly.
because it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
So I would like to pick and choose my clients down the line because it is an industry that I love. But to be able to pick and choose would be a luxury for me. And that's definitely something that is a goal for me where I can pick and choose my clients and continue to have like just money being made in the background. And also just really, I would love to spend more time with my kids. My kids are always complaining that I'm going off to work because they go to school Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm working. So if I can have more time back for my family, that would be ideal. And I feel that that's a possibility with the Airbnb business. It's just getting there. So the path to that
Yes,
is
yes. You will
is
get there, trust me,
yeah.
don't worry. You will get to a time where like you feel like showing houses and all that stuff is not it's meaningless. Like for me right now, like if I have a buyer and I want to buy houses, I'm like, just don't find another agent. Like you know, my time is worth more. You know, so you so eventually once you have so much property for Airbnb on the back end, you will understand. You will understand what I say today right now. Like, oh, this is what I really meant. Like real estate, yes, you still want to do it, but like let's focus on something that you could build passive. I mean, I won't say passive, right? But something that you can have residual income every single month. And when
Right.
you don't have client, you know, for buying and selling, you know that on the safe side, you have something on the side that's constantly still making you money. So you're not
Right.
as, you know, because back in the day, I was doing real estate as well. I have some days or like some months I don't make any paycheck. Right? That's
Right.
terrifying. You
Yeah.
have to force yourself to work more. But I'm not saying to slack off, but once you have that, you know, Airbnb on the back end where you're making $2,000, $3,000 per month per property, that itself can be marketing expenses for your real estate agency as well, where you build
Yeah.
your buyer agent, right, or a seller agent, where you can just be a personal brand, like Kai Ting, personal real
Yeah.
estate brand,
Right.
where you're building on social media, you're getting your clients, you have your team that's doing it. So for me
Right.
right now, same as what you're doing, the ultimate goal is find a buyer and sell the agent,
Right.
whoever I want to buy real estate, I'll just send over to them because I
Yeah.
want to focus my time on the Airbnb and then
Yeah.
still get commission cut from you know referring out to my buyer
Yeah.
agent. So
And that's
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 what I
actually
think
what I
eventually.
yeah, and that's actually what I did set up. I mean, I'm buyer heavy and I love working with buyers. I'm very different from other agents, but it's a lot of time commitment. So if I could just have someone show properties for me, that'd be great. So
For
and it's a
sure.
lot
Yeah.
easier nowadays with open houses. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So just you know one last question. After working with our team, what would you say who is recommended for this type of program and who is not?
Yeah. I probably have a different view than other people when it comes to this, but um if you're looking for an easy paycheck, this is not necessarily or an easy road to an easy paycheck. This is not it. But if you're looking to make money, a lot of money, like and you're willing to put the work into it, then absolutely this is something that is totally doable. And I think that um, you know, I don't know. I personally would love all of my friends to get into this business because I think that there's a lot of possibility there. And that's one of my weaknesses too, Eric, like when my friends like, oh, I want to do this with you, I'm like, sure, and then I, screw myself. But
Yes,
I think that anybody who's looking to make money and looking to make a career out of doing less like in the long run, this would be a good route to go. But you just have to know that, again, nothing good comes easy. So as long as you're willing to put the hard work into it, there's definitely benefits to it. I'm
for
I'm
sure, for
I'm
sure.
very proud of where I've come. It's been a long way.
I
But
know. I'm actually very, very proud of you, to be honest. Even though you're
uh,
older than me, but I treated you as like a little sister, just in terms of Airbnb,
even though I'm like 10 years older than you.
But everybody's special in different stuff, and then it really motivated me to help you because we actually came from the same background, real estate agent. So I think that's why I kind of I'm not biased or anything, but I every time you call me, like I'm like, what's up, Kai? Right. I'm always helping you out because I understand how you feel, and then how
Yeah,
everything is being a real estate agent. And then you ask questions. Like some people they don't ask questions. If you never ask question, you're never gonna get your answer, right? And you
yeah,
always want to associate yourself with people smarter than you. I'm
yeah.
smarter on Airbnb side, right? I'm not smarter than you, but
Well, no,
you get what I
100%.
mean,
You
right?
should always associate yourself with people who are better than you at whatever it is that they're doing. Because
Exactly.
that's the only way you grow. Like if you hang out with a bunch of dumbasses, you're just gonna get dumber. So yeah,
Right.
100% true. And I definitely felt that joining your community. I feel like I got a lot of support from you. And even like the people that I met through your community, there's some really amazing people in that group. And just being able to build those relationships has been pretty awesome. So I appreciate everything that you've done and all the mentorship that you've given to me and the patience you've had with me. It's yeah, and I still have so much more to learn and to grow. So, and I can't wait to see where this takes me. And yeah,
For sure, for sure. Well, I really appreciate your time, and yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, I really appreciate you just hopping on the call, tell us everybody about what the experience is, and then also
yeah,
what you have to share.
of course,
Well, thank
yeah.
you so much. All right, I will talk to you next time on the next
Okay,
coaching call or when you have questions. All right,
okay, thanks, Eric.
sounds good. I'm gonna end the recordings.
Okay.
Please, I will end this.